Chapter 17, 5:10 AM. It's like 3 more hours, or 2 more hours and 50 minutes. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. What was this thing that moved her up? Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them, but at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. But is that... It's not Sizzle, is it? My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing? Or is that Ray? Eee! Up, and it breaks down. This is who it is. I've been spoiled by this thing's existence. Because I saw it in when I'm making my thumbnails. I see you managed to survive, detective. You're... Excuse my experience, it seems I have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course, what else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. Yep, this is evil Sizzle. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who am I? It's Ghost Sizzle. Who in the world are you? Sizzle, look at you. What happened? Can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight, trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sizzle. Sizzle? My name isn't Sizzle. I bet you'll remember really soon. Who you are and who I am too. Oh, what? What do you mean? Everything we've been bamboozled the whole time? The man in front of me is not me, and I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. I wish that was me. I have no memories at all of myself. Let's go. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. The engine room is destroyed, there's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had to deal with those people. And they betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsic fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your power? Yeah, that meteoroid's irradiation has 2 effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. The power effect. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. Hey, there's 3 souls now. The meteor's radiation gives spirits special powers. Like possession and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over the past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Oh. Now then, how do you suppose we got those powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died when exposed to the energy emitted by the meteoroid. It's radiation. That's what it does? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago. Like, we can't see his hair now from the dark. Yeah. I wonder if I could have seen that before as well. A fragment of that meteoroid pierced my head and heart, and I died. So of course I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute, is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Yeah, you died right next to that one. Ktung! Did. Zoom, zoom. Aren't the Temsic remnants still right there at the park, at the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteor's radiation too. Yeah, you died right next to Sizzle, who had one. The radiation time effect. Another effect the meteor's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but that's not that clear yet. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteoroid. One of the characteristics of that meteoroid is the ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is also strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteoroid's fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? Well, he's been dead and alive at the same time. That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. What? My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I simply just existed, not really alive and not really dead. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with a scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. What about this revenge of yours? Before I left this country, I wanted to do something. Or one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought they might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reason for cooperating with me. Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Temsic. Detective Jode was one such person so they were happy to cooperate. Yeah, these two as well, they knew about the existence. Inspector Cabanella and that's a junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, you as well. Yeah, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Temsic fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. What? You, detective. Me? One final target. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later and you would become a detective looking into Jode's case. Tonight I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago, so of course you didn't recognize me. No. Oh. I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The Justin Minister did that too. Oh, but not that well. The aim was off and the first shot missed the mark. Bam. The second down one, shot right in the heart. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you would be wanted for murder. At least that was my plan anyway. And then the assassin came. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. I showed up. I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Ah, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteoroid. Because you were looking into the Jode case. I thought you would find out about Temsic sooner or later. And now what? Most things have now come into place on the puzzle and story. And that's pretty much the whole story. Yep, we know almost everything now. The only thing left to do is wait for water pressure to crush this submarine. Oh no. There are no cores that link from here to this water surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and there are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. There is no escape. I think you could survive, to be honest. It's like you leave this area. You don't need air. You don't need anything. You don't need food. You don't need air. You could just be like one little cog moving upwards. It's like, do that and you're out of this place instantly. Afterwards, go to them, kill them all. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling, cut off from the world, all alone in the submarine, slowly sinking towards the bottom of an endless sea. Must be how you felt all along. Oh, Camilla. Good morning. Are you ready for the last 5 hours of your day? Of your life? Lynn? Camilla? Is it true we're stuck here? What? Oh, if my dad... Oh yeah, Detective Jode. If my dad was here, yeah, I bet he would save us. No. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sizzle? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body out into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it anyway. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. Oh, you have that thing. Wait, this will tell us where Detective Jode is. Ah, the present from the Inspector in White. Just call him Inspector Cabanella. That's right, Detective Jode told me to hold onto it for him. And the bullet is still in this person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? And also, a radar like that normally functions with satellites. I don't know if we're getting satellite... you know what, I think I'm nitpicking, but I don't know if satellite would walk this deep into the ocean. Even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? Oh, we should be able to figure something out between the three of us with our powers, right, Miss Lynn? We do have a third one, the third ghost. Oh, wait a minute, what about the torpedo? Torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. Looks like Detective Eduard is our last hope. Come on now, let's get started in here. Oh, you have no core. Okay, my friend. You wanna talk, little one? Okay, what do we do now? We go find the command room that was launched somewhere into the sea. Oh, what? How? Just to let you know, I don't like water very much. According to Lynn, our key to our plan is a torpedo. Kind of a missile. A missile? You have a missile right here, baby! I don't think she's talking about that kind of missile. No, then, where did we see another torpedo? Do you want to talk, Camilla? So my dad isn't here on the submarine. Don't worry, we're going to go get him right now. Okay, I hope it didn't hurt Lynn's feeling. What I said about my dad saving us if he were here. Oh, don't worry about it. Come inside, I just rolled right off Lynn's back. She's really thick-skinned. Ouch. I'm going to start being tougher too. I want to make my dad proud of me. Miss Camilla, I'm sure your dad is very proud of you. I think I could do something with that thing, right? So his shell is definitely there in the command room, right? Just without the fragment. It's there, yeah, but I don't know about calling it a shell. Detective Eduard's watch will tell us exactly where it is. Right, he said it was a radio receiver, didn't he? There might still be another torpedo on this submarine. If we use it, we can get to Detective Eduard. That's a brilliant plan, Detective. You think so? What are you going to do? Right on top of the torpedo? Of course not, you guys are going to. I kinda wanted to see that. Did you want to see me drown? That is what would have happened, to be honest. Can I open this? I better not open this. That water would come gushing in, I bet. Just a perfect mood at the moment, no need to throw cold water on it. Well, I wouldn't go as far as to call it peaceful, but you know what, you're right. There's a bottle, there's a floor lamp, and there's an operate panel that we can operate. What are you? Grapes? You're on the wrong thing there, buddy. But okay. Why is this machine shoving grapes at me? Well, this looks like the private cabin at the top of it, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed. Oh, that sounds heavenly! I've been thinking about this for a while now, but don't you think the country's use of technology is just a little off? There's a guy who made a deal with said country. Anyway, looks like the arm of this machine is a bit busted. Yep, but anyway, I'm... The torpedo room. Torpedo room, eh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use that missile to ram the control room. I don't know about ram, but we don't want to blow Detective Eduard up. But something like that. We'll climb up the torpedo room. 2. Up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there then. Can you guys reach it? Oh yeah, you can. There's water there, there's water down. Where is Evil Sizzle? Oh, now Other Sizzle. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. I'll enter the coordinates on of the command room into the torpedo. Okay, do that. And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. Is the other guy also with us? I don't even know. Can't turn this thing. Okay, that does nothing. Good to know. And since Sizzle, not Sizzle, they won't budge. I think the entire device is broken though. Probably just could walk if... Oh. Hey, you, can you switch these two switches? What happened to those two ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around, unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. Good, good, good. Because I need you. Like right about now. Just switch these two. Swap. Okay, you can stand down there as well. Because that one's broken, right? This one is not anymore. So, choop. Yes, look at this. It's a missile. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. Okay, all set on this end too, but something's odd. What is? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's out of power. I wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Okay, hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thank you. I can't bring thingy with me. Okay. I've already set the torpedo's course. I'll head towards the command room where Detective Joad is. 12 seconds after launching, it will pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump onto the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That will probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay. Okay, come on, missile. Missile? I'm sorry, I can't go. What? I just can't. How could I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it. Missile. I thought the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sizzle. Can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. Ah well. I believe in you then. I want you to go, Missile. But Miss Lynn, you still staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sizzle, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never ever again. Even I understand, Dad. And I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla? I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry. Miss Camilla. Ah, it's coming in. Nice. That's a good boy, Missile. Okay. Let's launch it. Are you ready? And remember, the 12 seconds after I throw this switch, we're ready. Missile can't stop us in time. Because they've been able to like stop us in like mid-shot. Sizzle? Yes. We never found out who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. I'm glad I met you, Detective. But we're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promise, a little lady. Of course we will. I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here we go then. Good luck, friend. Up. Launch the missile. Good that it's moving up. Because it's not quite how it's usually. The gravity. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I struggle to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light of hope reach this far down into the deep sea? Ray of light. Interesting choice of word. Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. Up, there we go. We are on our way. Now they're dead. Choop choop. Ah, interesting, we both came up. Detective Joad! Bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him. Better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Joad. Trick time! My body has a core too now. Interesting. I was thinking like, can we go back 10 years? Wait, no, that's impossible. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jode. Who are you? Are you Sizzle? Please excuse my appearance. Can't believe you made it here. Oh, it's Camilla. What about Lynn? Well, kind of a long story. I told Detective Jode about everything that happened on the submarine, you know. And the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my power. You followed us? I didn't even notice. I didn't know where you were. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jode. Are you Yomiel? So that's his real name, Yomiel. So you remember, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, eh? Yomiel? That's right. But those people on the Yonoa were calling you Sizzle. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jode? Right. 10 years ago, you were a top system engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? Oh, by the way, I'm a top Pomerian, you know? Well, it's kinda hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multidimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the program by an agent of the government. It doesn't sound like something a top Pomerian would know anything about. To me it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I would even have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in this country moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. They escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jode, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel. 10 years ago. The meteorite struck. And my body was split from my body. And my soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. Interesting. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I gotta become like a super detective at that point. Like saving everyone's life. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. So that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then As I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. What was the deal even? There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal? A new life? Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they helped me with my revenge plot, and the second was a rebirth for me. A rebirth, a new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me, and finally I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come through, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask the national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. Yeah. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my power on their own. And they even figured out what Temzik was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this. Not at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temzik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulated incident, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanilla and the old pigeon guy, eh? Yeah, I guess they don't want like that to go out to some other different kinds of people, really. At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Surveillance, eh? It just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all time. Wait. Don't tell me that old leaflet guy is one of them? No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. Okay. That would have been weird. The park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temzik meteoroid. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temzik meteoroid. Ah, so that's it. So the upshot of your grand deal was this, Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. Well, but at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Start with what? Bringing Detective Joad back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? But we promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla would save them. And we can't do that without you, Detective Joad. Huh? I've been guided by fate tonight to this very place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. I'll be right back. So, where are we heading? We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. What? By the way, I am not human, Detective. Okay. I'm a remote-controlled robot, Detective. What? I was not expecting that one. Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get it a lot, Detective. Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sif likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective. Possibility? What are you talking about? There is no need for you to know, Detective. Boop, 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 and slam. Gotta slam dunk this thing. Whoa, wait, come. Now it is time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, Detective. Ugh. Camilla, forgive me. Ouch. Also, this game, as much as it deals with murder, it sure doesn't deal with blood. It's like one mention of it, staining the white coat red, right? But nobody bleeds. I've never seen any drop of blood, which is interesting. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what the big masked man said. Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. Oh, sorry about that. Well, let's rewind once some more. And now, let's see, what can we do here? There's a lot of stuff that we should be able to do. Okay. What is it, Detective? Look at Yumil's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Yeah, of course, it doesn't have a meteorite anymore. That's kind of what all that was. Of course there isn't. The Temsky fragment is gone. Got a chance in his shell. Give us some kind of lead. I thought we can talk with him. Can I go back to 10 years in the past? I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are so afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsik. His body cycled between the moments that separate his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsik fragment has been taken away. Exactly, what does that mean? Oh, I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment they removed the fragment, Temsik fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute, exactly when is that death? That's simple. We'll find out when we get there. Let's move! Go! Gotta go fast! Let's go. I thought we could go like 10 years into the past. But I doubt it. Alright? I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. And then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. Where exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. It's gonna like save. It is. And that means that next episode is gonna be the last. So then everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Whew, and next time we'll see where this time travel will bring us. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So then everyone, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series too, because I think from the way this is going, that next episode is going to be the last. It might also be a long one. That could be the case. It could be a long one. So then everyone, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye.